What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Flying Brown's Garage. So in today's episode, actually I'm filming 4 separate videos today, all in one day. Well, filming four separate videos. I'm not filming whole videos today. This video, we're going to be going to Mike's, taking the Beast, and last time we were there, we were walking through the woods looking at his terrain and his back. We found an old boat motor, and it's pretty old. We're going to take the Beast out there today and drive down in the woods. We're going to recover this engine, bring it home, and see if we can get it running. So, we're going to go retrieve what I believe to be a 1957 Johnson 18 horsepower outboard engine. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. We're going to go ahead and get the Beast loaded onto the trailer. The van is dead, so I got to jump that off. And we're going to go ahead and head to Mike's, pick him up. Well, head to Mike's and go get the boat engine out of his field. And then bring it back here and see what we can do with it. So, let's get into it. Alright, first things first is the Beast. Let me get my keys. My key. Let's get on this, girl. You should fire up today. Oh yeah. All right. She's on the trailer. Let's get her strapped down. We got to take our ramps off and put them in the van, and then let's head over to Mike's house and see what we're getting into for the day. Alright, we got the Beast strapped down to the trailer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straps. I always like to be sure, since I don't have my gates on the back anymore, or my ramps. That way it don't come flying off the trailer. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump off our van and hit the road. Alright guys, we're headed to Mike's. Let's go retrieve an old boat engine, see if we can get it running. Alright, got the Beast off the trailer. Don't die out on me, don't die out on me, don't die out on me. at this thing. Alright, I gotta figure out what's going on. Am I out of gas? Yes, I am. Well, shit. Must go fetch gasoline. Alright, so now we got gas. Come on. There we go. Put it down at first. That's what she wanted. Damn it, the belt came off. I swear to God. What? Belt came off. Hold on. Fucking bullshit. Hold on. Alright. See if I can make it back there. Uh-oh. I lost the light. God damn it, come on. I lost it. Shit. Zip tie. Put it there in my hood. Boy, this is a challenge. Nothing the old beast can handle. See if I can get her over this log. This thing is a bad motherfucker. Woo! She did it. Oh! Damn. Not bad. All right, guys. That was perfect.
You filthy slut.
So we thought this was a 57, and I was wrong. Actually, it is a 1956 by the serial number. So it's actually in pretty good shape. I'm hoping the engine's not locked up.
The strap's in the way.
It's not.
We're gonna get this under that.
Damn, Mike, what'd you do?
Nothing. Mine was not cooperating like yours was. So I had to fight with mine a little bit.
There we go. Heck yeah. 56 Johnson. Wonder if we can get this thing running. It's not seized up, so it should be able to run. I bet this thing's so old it's got a point system on it too.
Probably. I'll put money on it.
Yeah, I put money on it too, being a 56. This thing is old.
They didn't have no cool HEI back then.
The emblem's still in okay condition. Choke's not seized.
This thing just might work. There's your speed control right there.
Dude, none of this shit is seized. Yeah, it is.
It doesn't spin all the way. Or
Yeah, it does. You just gotta push on it.
Yeah, it's got probably bound up just a hair. It's really in pretty good shape though.
Yeah.
I'm considering I was sitting under that. So
For who
close
knows
for a
how
tree.
long.
I know.
For who knows how long.
For real. Well, you said the people who lived here were in the 60s?
So the house was built in '60. The original people lived there. We've been here for 7, 8 years.
No, that's just the compression.
This
is the compression from the engine, guys.
Okay, cool.
And it's good.
Oh,
it's good.
So 8 years before we moved in, there was another young couple. They bought the house from the construction.
We'll take another look. It actually has the old fuel cell here, but it is rotted. I'm just going to take the hose and the top of it. I'm going to end up needing this too.
Find out where it came from.
Yeah, just find out where it came from.
It is the top of the fuel cell with the line that goes to it. This line is specific for this engine.
Oh shit, okay.
So I want to at least keep the, not worried about the line as much as I'm worried about the connector.
Yeah.
So, actually, you think you carry that out?
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna fucking ride. Alright, well, since I'm not wanting to make this thing harder than it should be, I'm gonna turn the camera off and haul this out of here and then get it up there at the house and I guess maybe load it on the van.
Just a skosh.
Alright guys, well, we just got this thing out of the woods. I'm kind of impressed with the beast. It did really well. Man, it climbed. There is a little bit of footage that Mike got that I'm going to be putting in the film. Y'all have probably seen it right before this clip here. So I think it did pretty well. We only had one casualty, which was the belt falling off once, and then our light. We'll have to relocate somewhere up here because pushing down trees does not like that. But we have us a 1956 Johnson Outboard sitting on the back here, and later on we will get it loaded up into the van, take it home, and see if we can get this thing to bust off and run once again. We got the Johnson home. It is late, and yeah, it's just how it is. But at some point or another, we will be getting back on this video and seeing if we can get this thing to run. So happy to have it here and see what we can do with this thing. 1956 Johnson. How cool is that? But we're gonna call it a night and be back out here at some point on this video. What is going on, guys? It is the next day. Last night we brought the Johnson outboard engine home. I did confirm this is a 56 for a fact. It is called a Johnson Seahorse 18. Mike wants to sell it and split the profits. I want to keep this engine just because of how old it is. And knowing me, I do like boats and I like the water a lot. Okay, we got a broke spot here on our mount, but really everything else is pretty straightforward. Nothing seems to be seized up on this unit. The choke is even free. I feel like this is gonna be a runner. It's not seized. We checked that yesterday. I feel like we got a good candidate with this boat engine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it unstrapped from the trailer and back it up over here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move the engine test stand for lawnmowers. I'm gonna unstrap it from our engine stand itself, and then we're gonna use this engine stand to mount the boat engine and try to get it running. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig all this up. Excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and dig all this out, get everything ready for the boat engine, and then we'll go ahead and get the trailer backed up, get it offloaded and mounted up to the engine stand, start tearing into it and see what we've got. Alright, we got our engine stand ready. Should be good. Actually, I might. Oh, that don't have. Really? Stupid Harbor Freight shit. Okay, well, let's go ahead, back the van up and get our boat engine unloaded on the stand. So, we got it in the shop, sitting up on the engine stand. Everything seems to be free on it, even the shifter on the side, forward, reverse, and neutral. Let's see if the throttle. It's kind of sticky. I'll have to try to free that up. But there's our engine, 1968 Johnson Seahorse 18. $19.56. So, that was a 57, but it's definitely a 56. So, before we get started on that, we did another, me and Mike did another haul yesterday. This was our second haul. I've got to put these engines in the storage shed, but we went to a buddy of his, really cool guys, and we picked up this Craftsman LT2000 with 18 horse intake on it, and also picked up two knockoff Honda engines. So I'll probably see what we can do with these at some point, if we can get them running, or are they just parts or what, I don't know. But got them, so yay. We're going to sort some parts out and put some stuff in the storage shed where it goes, and then we'll get started on our project in the shop. Alright, straightened up, got some parts up. That is what it was supposed to look like. It was one of those rarer front ends. I'm disappointed that that hood's busted up. Knowing that that was a rare front end, I would have loved to have that. But it is what it is. It sucks because we could have adapted that front end onto the general hood that we wasted. We could have had that all back together, or could have done something with this one. But unfortunately, it's no good. And it's just seen better days. Wish that steering wheel was good too. I'd love to have that steering wheel, but it is what it is. We're going to go in there and start working on the boat engine. So let's get in there, open the case up, see what the inside looks like. Alright. What do you think we're going to find inside? Okay. This thing is old. Got a ton of dirt to blow out, as you see. Inside of it's in really good shape though. Everything looks to be still good in there. I wonder why they abandoned it. Fuel lines even still look okay in there. They're a little dry rotted. The spark plug wires and everything are fine. Oh man. Guys, this might be a gem. Well, I guess let's get it cleaned out and then start tearing into it. I don't know a whole lot about boat engines, but I guess there's always time to learn. It sure looks pretty good though. I expect a lot more damage inside. That is in actually pretty damn good shape. Alright, we got it sorted, cleaned out, but I still need to clean it some more. So what we're going to do is, I got the case self-cleaned out. I'm going to take and put it on the workbench. And I'm going to let my charger take my compressor take a little break. Go inside and get me some food. And then I will come back out and finish blowing this out. Get it ready to bring back into the shop. Start tearing into it, see if we can get it running. It's in really good shape inside. No signs of rodents or anything. Like I said, look at the fuel lines are still halfway intact, and you know, it's dry rotted on the outside, but on the inside it's very hard, but still there. Wires ain't chewed up. Like, this is these boots are stuck. Well, I got one free. There is some rust in that guy, but I think it's usable. No, it's not. Well, the coil is I'll have to redo these wires. That is seized on. Well, crap. No big deal. It is what it is, folks. Just another day restoring old stuff. So I want to take a quick second, make a new little commercial thingy, whatever you want to call it. Y'all be sure to go like the videos. YouTube likes that. Comment down below. YouTube likes that. We're still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. So if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscription button and hit the all notifications bell. That way you're notified every time we put out a new video, which is at least once a week at this point. Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. The only one that's different is these Snapchats and Avatar. The rest of them are the same profile picture as the YouTube channel. So you can go to those platforms, type in Flying Brian's Garage in the search engines. You should find me, and we post different content to those as a sneak peek to what is coming. Also, be sure, if you want to, come join us on Facebook at Flying Brian's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. We have a group where we're trying to build like-minded folk to come around and share your builds, share your ideas, and maybe even plan a get-together ride or something. So y'all be sure to check out all those things and stay tuned for the newer videos. If y'all want to check out some of the older videos, we got a bunch of stuff back there in playlists. So if you're feeling a little like a little Flying Brian's Garage mood, y'all can go back, watch a bunch of old videos, and stay tuned for the newer ones. And let's go ahead and get back into the shenanigans of the video. Alright guys, I tore into it a little bit after we cleaned it up. I've got the airbox off, which it was actually pretty clean in there. No filter, but it's pretty clean. We have got to get this paint and stuff cleaned off of here. otherwise the carburetor's okay except for the throttle. It's a little stuck. So, up there it goes. There it goes. It just needed some assistance. I will lube that up some and let it sit and adapt. But it's free. Everything else is free. Choke, all that good stuff. Our rich lean mixture and our idle speed. Looks to be looking pretty good. We haven't pulled the plugs yet, but we did get the other wire off without breaking it. We just got to fix this one. Make sure we're getting fuel through that. I mean, spark when we go to start trying to fire this thing up. I also need to pull off the filter and everything and look at that. But I would like to at least just get the plugs right, throw some fuel down in this thing, pull it, see if it'll do the thing. I'd love to see if the thing would run. Maybe tonight, don't know yet, but let's start digging into this thing. Alright, I cleaned up the air breather box. I wanted to leave the paint on there that I could because, you know, I don't want to diminish the value of it, but I did want to get the corrosion off and at least get it some sort of cleaned up. We're going to go ahead and pull our plugs now and see what we're working with in there. Probably lube it up a little bit with some ATF and pull it, see what the compression and how it's pulling over and all that good stuff. Pretty good in there. Carbon buildup on top of the piston. Can't really see a cylinder wall. Looks like it's got some oil on it and a little condensation, but not too bad. Carbon buildup. Pull the other one. Let's see what it's looking like. Exact same. So this plug's a little cleaner. Don't have as much carbon on it. It's pretty good. Let's pull it over with the spark plugs out. Recoil don't sound too well. Spinning over, so that's a good sign. Probably going to go ahead and soak these down a little bit with some ATF, let them sit overnight, just to kind of liven up the rings, put some lube on the cylinder walls, all that good stuff, and then maybe we'll go ahead and check out the carburetor and start lubing up a little bit on there, because I mean it's free but it's still a little sticky. Lube up what we can. And then I think the last thing we'll probably do tonight is look into the fuel filter and pop the bowl off, take a look at it, see what it's looking like. Alright guys, welcome back. It's the next day. Today would be day 3 on this engine. and hopefully I can get it to bark off today. I took the pull rope and everything off the top because we're going to have to take the flywheel, or whatever you want to call this part on this boat. I'd call it flywheel because that's what I'm used to on the lawnmower engine. Take it off so I can get down to the bottom part, because I'm sure this piece right here is supposed to move and it is stuck. I think that's the advancement, because I don't really know anything about boat engines, but here's my common sensory here. Okay, we got our lever. It goes to here. That's a gear. That gear goes to there, which is unfortunately broken. But this gear drives this gear, which drives, sorry about the sun guys, this rod, which comes over and in turn drives this. Okay, well, here's our throttle, which we unseized last night, and you see this wheel. Well, my guess is this here, if you see, that goes from small to large, sticks out very far. So my guess is this turns as it advances and pushes this wheel down, and in turn opens the throttle for more speed on the engine. So tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that is accurate. So that tells me that this is stuck because it's not moving and it's supposed to move. So we're going to break all this down, try to free everything up, and then once we reassemble, what we're going to try to do, instead of taking off the carburetor and cleaning it immediately, I'm going to try to just shoot some fuel down it and see if she'll bark off. But if it'll run, the transmission inside of it should power the propeller. And if that's the case, we got us a good 1956 Johnson 18-horse Seahorse engine. So let's hope for the best and start tearing that off on top so we can get to what we need to get to, and in turn fix this engine. Alright, so we got our nut off up here. Butch just stopped by. Want to see what was going on. I showed him what was going on with the boat engine, and did a couple things off camera while he was here. So we got the bolt off, and I'm letting it soak right now so we can get this free and up off of there. I do believe the points are under this, so we'll look at those when we get it off. No, I got this. Hold this on. Oh, this thing just points. Okay. Take it off. Okay. You're right. That's 2 sets. That's 2 points. Okay, 2 sets. Alright guys, I unfortunately did not get this off, but I need a puller or something. I did kind of clean on the points, but Shaggy just called and said his wheel cylinder went out in his rear and it's losing brake fluid. So I told him to bring it by the house since he's in town, and I'm going to go up there in the carport and we're going to replace this wheel cylinder real quick. So yeah, so I'm going to call it a night with this video. Maybe we'll be back out here again tomorrow. Well, alright my friends, we are back on the 1956 Johnson. It's been a while since we've touched this thing so much that we've actually got a wall in the shop now. So yeah, but we just dug it out. I just finished another project and got it out of here and made room to pull this guy out again. So what we're looking at here is a 1956 Johnson that we need to get running. And what better thing to do than just to jump into it and get her alive again. So, what we need to do is, the last time I was on this thing, I remembered correctly, we had, the top end was a little seized. I need to work on the points. Let's not make noise. Let's not do that. Thank you. Okay, so in all reality, I really need to get this top pulley here off of this engine. So what we may do, it has been sitting soaking for a while. Maybe we could pop it and it'll come. Let's try that a couple times. If not, what we're going to do is we're going to actually get out a wheel puller and get this off so we can get in there, clean our points, and unseize this throttle that is on this thing, because yeah, see how that's supposed to turn? And this is still a little seized in there too, so ugh. A lot of work. A lot of work. But let's start jumping into it, and let's for sure get our pulley off the top so we can get to the points. Probably going to pull the plugs out again so I can spin the motor over easier. That's at least until we get it to fire up and run, of course, because, you know, can't run it without plugs. But yeah, let's grab a hammer, and I'll put y'all on the tripod, and we'll see if we can pop that off. Only hammers. We have some, what is it, 93 octane with some 50-1 mix. So at this point it's 50-1. Yeah, it's got the old 2-stroke oils in it. So we'll lube them cylinders. Won't have to worry about it. I know I have already lubed them at some point, but now this is just added extra protection, really. That's what that sums up to be. So right now, what I'm going to do, I want to see if I can pull this thing over the way it sits. God, I'm afraid it's going to come the hell off of here. It's so hard to pull over, though. I really feel like the compression release or something's playing a factor in this thing not wanting to do the thing. Okay. So if I had to guess, it's definitely got to be in this top piece. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to persuade it the best I can without damaging anything. I just need to find something that'll fit up in there. There we go. Piece I cut out of the general steering. That's it. That's it. We're about to fire this thing up, guys. So that was the forward, neutral, and reverse. That's what it was. So we're in neutral. That's forward. So we don't sure need to be in neutral. I think that's got the throttle. Almost all the way open. Don't try this at home. Good God. You're gonna lose your damn leg. Just don't do it. Do not repeat the things that I do. Alright. If we're gonna be an idiot, I really do think that it's a neutral. I'm pretty sure of it. Since neutral's in the middle, and it is in the middle, unless something is horribly wrong. Oh, that just went everywhere. Yay! Let's see if we can get it fire. Oh. Don't fall, little guy. It feels like it's starting to break free a little more. The only thing is, that shit ain't tight. I ain't really getting my damn fluid in there, I don't think. Might be. Yes! It runs. It runs. Oh, hell yeah. It runs. Y'all heard that. It runs. We have us a running engine. 1956 Johnson. It sounds good. If I could get it to run off of its own fuel supply, which I think I'm going to try to do, then we've got a running engine. That's awesome. Alright guys, we're going to fire this thing up one more time. And, yeah. It's a leaky one, but whatever. It only runs for a second, but it runs. Runs. Just stop. Can't do it like that. Until I get that fuel system right, that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Alright, we all saw it bump off about 4 or 5 times on camera so far, so we know that both cylinders are firing. It sounds really good, and I honestly cannot believe that I just got this thing running. So, awesome. We cleaned the spark plugs and put them back in, regapped them, I do believe, at some point in the video. I know I had cleaned the points inside. There's a single point system for both spark plugs. We also changed out the ends of the spark plug wires and the boots. I have yet to clean out that carburetor, and I think that's really about it. So I think at this point I'm going to start trying to get it to run off its own fuel system now that we know it runs. So I'm going to pull all this back off, clean all this up, seal it, take the carburetor apart, clean it. I don't even know. Maybe I should just hook fuel to it and see if it'll bump. I think I might do that. I might just hook fuel to the inlet and see what it'll do. Because this thing was stored when gas was still good. That carburetor might not even be bad at all. So I think that's what we're going to do real quick. And see if we can get this carburetor to come back to life without taking it off. Alright, so I've been working for a few minutes, and I was looking at this thing, and of course the lines are probably from 58. They are dry rotted. Watch this. Snap. So, no good. I'll keep the hose clamps. Throw the hoses away. So what I did is the feed is actually down on the bowl, which is actually really good, because that means maybe it evaporated before it crusted up the bowl, and we may be good to go. So I actually got some of our old line and an old tank, and I'm going to gravity feed it since we don't have a pump or anything to pump it in. And I'm gonna get my baling wire and elaborately hang it from the roof. Yeah, that should work. That should work just fine. It might be laughable, but I think we got something here. So let's hang that, and then try to fire it up. Alright folks, along with our elaborated fuel gravity fed system that has 2 filters on it and runs directly to the bowl where it should, I just went and drained some fuel out of the beast. It's been sitting for a while anyway, and I need to use it. So we are going to put some gas in this can and see if it'll run off its own fuel supply. I am going to bottle feed it to get it to start, and then once I get it to start, maybe it'll start running on its own fuel. But I'm actually about to go inside and eat some dinner real quick, and then I will be back out here to get this thing going. And hopefully we can have a runner by tonight. If we do, I'm probably going to call it on this video, because we do have some parts that this thing needs that I don't have right now. And it is cold. We're not going to be getting out on the water anytime soon with this. But there will be another video where we will actually fix this thing and take it out on the water and see how it does. That would be awesome. But for now, we're just going to get it running off its own fuel supply. Well, not its own fuel supply. Technically, it's not its own fuel supply. But running off the carburetor and idling off fuel being fed into the carburetor by a fuel supply. Let's clarify it that way. So we'll go inside and get some dinner, and then we're going to come back out here and get this thing hopefully running. Alright. It's time to fuel my stupid little fuel system we got here. And see if it'll run. Just a little bit in there. Just enough. Have fuel going in. Looks like it. See if we can get it to stay running. Well guys, unfortunately the battery died on the camera, and I hope it got what I just was able to do, but I was actually able to get that thing running. The carburetor does leak, so I don't know if it's because that's not really meant to be a gravity fed system. I know usually these have a tank where it has a pump on the line, and then you kind of prime it and then it just goes, but it's warm. It's probably the first time this engine has been self-warmed in more than 20 years. I know Mike said he's been living at his house at least 20, and it was back there before that when he had bought the place. So there's no telling how long it's been since this engine has ran, but now we can say it ran tonight, which is awesome. We still have yet to do its own fuel system because, like I said, we do not have the lines for it. I really need new fuel line and a whole bunch of stuff. It probably needs carburetor rebuild and fuel filter over here, the glass bowl gone through and cleaned out. Still needs the adjustment for the throttle there to be freed up a little more and get it working properly. We still also need to do quite a bit of work back here to our plate, get it adjusted, because I don't think everything's quite set properly. But we do know that it runs, and that is what we needed to know. So I'm happy with that. I can't complain. Alright guys, we got the cover back on it, and I think I've decided before we end this video out, we're going to clean this thing up and do it a little justice. Since it's been a good one and it runs, it deserves a cleaning. Well folks, I never thought in a million years I was going to fall in love with an old patina boat engine, but here we are. This thing is gorgeous. I love the little fins on the back. It's got a little rust here and there, but you know, I think it kind of adds to it. I think eventually this thing probably deserves a clear coat. I cleaned it up the best I could. It could probably be cleaned a little more. But I'm thinking a good clear coat would do it well, just to preserve this engine. Oh man, look at this thing. That's just gorgeous. It's got the perfect patina on it, and I usually hate patina, but this is just, she's pretty. And it runs pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Take y'all around it. Y'all. This side's a little dark, but actually, there you go. This is a little faded because this side was up. Wow. This side was on the ground. And it does tell because this side has more rust on it, while this side's cleaner, but it's more sun damaged. So I think it looks cool. I'm gonna leave it just the way it is, and guess we're gonna go ahead and call this a wrap. I'm gonna send this up to the automotive area to get it out of the shop, and then y'all will see this thing return in another video, where we will more than likely give it a clear coat, give it the fuel lines that it needs, get a boat tank, put it on a boat, take it out, put it on the water, see what it does, and get it running properly, and the throttle and everything working. You know, everything that needs to be worked on, get it fixed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go down there and leave a like, comment down below. Love to hear from you. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Make sure you hit that all notification bell, that way you're notified every time we put out a new video, which is once a week. You can check out Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and come check us out at Flying Brian's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. Got a group on Facebook. Come share your builds and your ideas. If you're in the mood, you can go to the YouTube channel, and there's a bunch of playlists you can click on if you're just wanting to look for some more videos, and you know, stay tuned for the next video, which who knows what we're going to be doing. Should be good though. So till then, see you guys on the next episode.